what success means to you.
So success for me is about personal satisfaction. And that really comes back to what I sort of touched on earlier about my sort of cancer experience and everything. That totally flipped my perspective on life. And I did move from I probably was for a while after the money, after the status and all the rest of it, and happy to just kind of sit in jobs for that purpose. I would never do that now. Now it's about what can I do that makes me happy, that gives me personal satisfaction. And money-wise, it's like, sure, as long as I'm paying the bills, that's good enough for me. And I know some people might think, is she nuts? Maybe not, but for me, that's what it's about. It's I want to get that kick every day of doing something that I enjoy, and I'm doing it for the right reasons, and that's what
and then you're
drives
happy.
me. Yeah.
That's your goal,
Yeah.
definitely. What is the best advice you've ever received?
Oh gosh, that's a really
if you ever received the best advice.
That's a really difficult one, because the best advice might be different things at different times, I guess, depending on where you are. But I think some of those positive influences, when I first made that decision to leave my job, I think that the positive people that were around me all said, you can do this, and actually that was probably the best advice. You need sometimes those little cheerleaders saying, yeah, you are doing the right thing, and I believe in you. So best business advice has been different things at different times, but the you can do it
is probably the best.
Yeah.
I love that. Actually, that's such a positive message. I love that. What is the top lesson that you learned from running your own business?
So probably that bit we just touched on there a minute ago, that you cannot be the expert at all things. So don't be frightened to look around and see where you can get some help from for the right things at the right time. Otherwise you will just run yourself into the ground and not be very good at any of it. So focus on what you're good at, get the right help from those that can do the other things.
Yeah, brilliant. What is the best personal habit that you have that help you to be successful in business?
I don't know if it's a habit, but just reminding myself why I'm doing this every day actually is that a habit? I don't know.
I think it is. If you say to yourself every day.
I have a thing on my wall which I can't repeat actually, but it's do you know a Venn diagram? Do you know what a Venn diagram is? That's when you draw circles of like this is this, and you see where they overlap, right? And I have one of them on my wall that I look at every day when I'm sat in my office. And it reminds me of who are the people that I want to work with. And those are the people that want to improve, that want to do things better, that want to get things done. And the other thing that's on my wall is a picture of my family. And that's the happiness element. And I look at that every day and I think I'm doing this because I'm happy and because I am spending the time that I want to with them. I'm able to control that. And for me, that was a big part of the self-employment thing. So there you go. So that's kind of a habit in that I look at them every day, but you know what I mean.
And the last question is there either a book or a podcast or a movie that positively impacted you over the past few years that you're running your business, that had impact on you and making the right decisions, or, just having positive effect on you? Or do you read books, or do you prefer listening to podcasts, or do you prefer watching movies? Which one is it?
Do you know, well, I'm probably not very good at any of them.
Where do you get your positive sort of, what fills you with positivity? Where do you get that from?
The fact that I'm still here.
Yeah.
That sounds really serious.
That is so true, though.
But it is. It's so every birthday that I've had since I went through my cancer treatment, I have been so thankful that I'm still here, that I'm able to do the things that I'm able to do. I'm now fitter, healthier, more proactive than I ever was before that experience.
Yeah.
And I do things nowadays that I would never have dreamed of 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So those are the things that keep me going. Do you know what I mean? Because I want to keep that feeling. So that's where the inspiration comes from, is to hold on to that feeling and make the most of it every single day.
Yeah, and I remember you said since your cancer scare, you say yes to a lot of things that you would probably never say yes to, probably being on this podcast right now.
Well, yeah, I do. I've been a fashion model. I teach Zumba nowadays. That's kind of one of my hobbies. I mean, I would never have done those things before that. But yeah, it's that moment of just go out, seize what's there in front of you, because tomorrow might be your last day, and I don't want that to end in a morbid way, but, that's kind of how I approach things nowadays.
I don't think it's a morbid way. I think it's, you are obviously using up the struggle and the hard times you had into, you changed it into positive sort of reinforcement. So I think it's great. Yeah. Where do people find you? If you can tell us website, your contact details. So if anybody's interested in watching, where can they find you?
Mm-hmm. So I am on social media every once in a while. You can look me up on LinkedIn. My website is www.thystle, spelt with a Y, .co.uk, and you can find my email and my phone number on there.